Hello, everyone. My name is Edgy Arcaden. This probably sounds a little bit nicer to your ear holes because I'm using a microphone for once. And this is the microphone I'm using. I don't know what this is actually called. I think it's called Skull Candy. I don't really know, but I'm using it. It's not an actual microphone. It probably is crappy, but it's just so I can back. Welcome to my It Chapter 2 review, which I've been holding on for a long time because, yeah, I said I was going to do this, I think almost 5 months ago. Never got the chance to, and also didn't have the motivation to. And since I'm coming back with content creation and I'm actually liking it again, so we're starting fresh and we're doing it. Might just get the cast pulled up so I can copy Hades Lord and say the cast for you guys because I can't remember off the top of my head because I'm an idiot. Um, we got Jessica Chastain, we got James McAvoy, we got Bill Hader, we got Isaiah Mustafa, we got Bill Skarsgård, of course. That's the main person we gotta worry about. Okay, Bill Skarsgård is great. I love him. I'm just gonna, and this is movies directed by Andy Muschietti, like it was the first one. Love this guy. I love this. I love his horror movies. Don't really like The Flash, but that's kind of besides the point. Um, I'm gonna go with the pros. I'm gonna go with the cons. I'm gonna go with some nitpicks. I'm also gonna probably go into some detail on some of this. This should be at least an 8-minute review, if not shorter. I really don't know how long this review is. I'm just gonna talk. What was I gonna say? Okay, let's go with the pros first. The horror, Pennywise, and we'll go with the gore, kind of. I mean, the effects also, the CGI and the special effects. The horror is really good because actually this movie kind of terrified me. Like it wasn't like terrifying as in like, oh, I went home and cried myself to sleep and I couldn't sleep for a few nights because I was like horrified. But this movie scared me, and I also went to go see this in theaters, so it doesn't make any better. But yeah, it was pretty fun to see in theaters. That was an experience. I was a little younger when this movie came out. I was 2019. I'm not gonna expose my age on the internet. You thought, no, I'm not gonna expose my age. Maybe the editor me will expose my age for me, but I'm not gonna expose it here. Um, okay, and then what else did I say? Pennywise. I love Bill Skarsgård's performance in this film. He is so freaking good, and he really beefs it up from the first film. He does so good. Every single time he was on screen, I loved it. I actually, you know what? Instead of him being a horror villain, he was actually making me happy, and I was also not too mad that he. Well, I was obviously cheering for the older kids, the adults, but honestly, awesome performance from Bill Skarsgård. He also kind of beefs up his manipulation. Like what in the first film, he really had like every time you watched him, you kind of like knew he was not a good guy, and you kind of knew the kids shouldn't have trusted him, or Georgie at least. But in this film, he's not as he's not really a bad guy. He doesn't seem like a bad guy. He seems like just a friendly old clown. But you shouldn't still trust him if you watch the first movie. The kids shouldn't trust him because he is the bad guy. But to them, it seems like he's a nice, friendly clown. Except for the adults, of course, don't trust him because they're the adults who fought him as kids. Yada yada yada. I'm yapping, but yes, of course, this movie does yeah, Lord, it does take place 27 years after the original film, and this is the second part to the novel. Basically, this is the adult section, and I should have mentioned that at the beginning of the video, but I didn't. So, womp womp. Anyway, what would I have to say? Geez, there's another pro I forgot to mention. The adult acting from Jessica Chastain, James McAvoy, Bill Hader, Isaiah Mufasa, Jay Ron. I forget who plays older Ben, but he's really good too. The top dog here is Bill Hader. He is fantastic. Like, I'm not even joking. I think he should have gotten an Oscar that year for this movie, but he didn't because I think the movie released a little later down the line in 2019. It didn't release right when it needed to get into the Oscar talk. I don't think Bill Hader even got nominated for it, but he needed one. He did so good in this film, and it's actually one of the reasons you can watch this film and never get bored because Bill Hader's just so entertaining and he's so funny. Richie here is a comedian, which makes sense. In the first movie, he made a lot of horny jokes, and it kind of makes it more it's a good film for that reason. I love the jokes. I love everything. James McAvoy's another highlight. He was kind of took center stage a lot. I really like that. James McAvoy's fantastic. Uh, and no, before you say I should review and speak no evil, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry. No, I was thinking about it when I originally saw it, but no, I'm not gonna. No, not reviewing that film. I need to see it again, or I need to have some motivation to do it. This is something I'm actually been holding off, so I'm gonna do it now. But anyway, Jessica Chastain's third, of course. She's such a good actress, and I love her as adult. What is it, Beverly? Yeah, adult Beverly. She's perfect. I love her. Not as like a in a weird way, but she's just a really good actress. I really always like her films. She's always good in everything she's in. Of course, you got the kids kind of like nitpicking who they want or picking out who they want, like Finn Wolfhard, Bill Hader. I forget the other kids' names, but you kind of get what I'm saying. The guy who played for jeez, I'm gonna Jack Dylan Grazer, the James Ransone. That's it. That guy also looked exactly like James Ransone, and oh my god, yeah, no, not Jake. Oh my gosh, James Ransone looks so much like Jack Dylan Grazer. It's kind of wild. You need to look at the simulators, and you won't see a difference. It's just like, oh, James Ransone. Oh no, that's Jack Dylan. No, they're two separate people, but they look so alike. And even on set, they said that, which is pretty wild. Just to know that's a wild casting, and that's also very perfect. And he does well too. Of course, he's like fourth in there. I forget the last guy's name, but the guy who plays Adult Ben, really good acting. Of course, everyone does really good acting in this film. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the cons, because the cons here are kind of huge issues I have with this film. You got the pacing, which, my God, this film's almost 3 hours, and it slows down so much sometimes, and it annoys the crap out of me. Like seriously, it annoys the crap out of me. I love, me, I'm a pacing guy, so when a film slows down, don't like it too much. It kind of annoys the crap out of me. And this film, of course, has that issue. It slows down so much at times. And even in theaters when I was watching it, I'm like, when is this movie going to end? But then when they started going back against Pennywise, it got more interesting. And they didn't really waste any minutes, but they could have cut a few things to where this movie could have been chopped down, and they could also paste it better. All I'm gonna say right now is some of the flashbacks weren't. No, all the flashbacks I could say were necessary. There was a kid here who was in, like, kind of nudged into the film. He wasn't really part of the books or anything, but he was just in, and he was like a skateboarder kid. I don't know why he was in the film. I mean, I kind of get it because he was kind of like the show Pennywise's power, but you kind of could have done that in any other way except for that. That was kind of weird. And Pennywise killing kids is nothing new, so I'm not creeped out by it. All right, I'm going to just get to the final review here because I've been yapping too much. Final review of this movie, 7 out of 10. It's not as good as the first film. Not even close. Not even in a margin. This film takes actually a pretty good low step because of the pacing. I hate the pacing. Oh my, drives me nuts. The pacing drives me nuts in this film. But still good film, still good quality. If you need to watch both It films, I still recommend both of them very strongly to people. Just if you're a pacing guy like me, don't watch the second one because you're going to hate your life. Because, oh my God, this movie slows down a lot. Okay, I think I'm done talking. My throat's going to start giving out here in a second, so we're just going to end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a little bit unexpected. My Oppenheimer review will be out probably not 5 days after this. It'll probably be out way later. I just need to make this video to cover up for that. And also go watch my Arrow Season 3 review that I did with Hades Sword. That was a lot of fun to film. That was also really fun. And I mentioned that in my Oppenheimer review. That one's a voiceover with this microphone exactly. So you'll be able to listen to more of my lovely voice. But I mean, that's kind of it for this. If anything else, I'll probably post posts on it. And if you want to go follow my Letterboxd, I'll be left. It's just Edgy Movies. It's literally just my YouTube name. Just go find me on there. You'll find me. It's very easy. All right. I'll peace out. See y'all.